Hey there, welcome back to the table. Just testing my camera real quick here because I was having a few issues. I tried recording earlier. Okay, I've been gone for 2 days. Definitely a long hiatus, but would like to continue this game. I'm 50-50 on whether I like this game still. I If I were to tell you like why don't I like it, I would have a hard time. But I think some of it is like it's been 2 days since I've played and I haven't missed it. Like I don't have that like while I'm at work. Boy, I can't wait till I get off work so I can play again. Um, I also have the same feeling I have with every game like this that I cover, and that is I wish my gaming group would join me. I wish I had only one of these four characters and the other characters were being controlled by other people and they can help me go find all these cards. I actually think a game like this is more fun when it's not solo. So, anyways, those are the two things. There's nothing about this game that I think is wrong. The leveling up I would have liked a better leveling up system, but it's still neat and it's interesting and it's different. So far the missions have been not very exciting. Like thematically, I'm not really into this story. And I think that's some of my issue. But everything else, I love the production quality. There's a lot to love about this. That's why I said I'm in the middle. I'm 50-50. Um, at this point, Dungeon Universalis was making me hate life. There's a lot of games that would already fizzled out by now. This is not it. And um, just a reminder, like, what are we doing here? There's really two things on our plate. We know there's bandits up here, which we never bothered to go hunt, and then we have this here, the rats, which requires us to go here to Regul Junction. Now, one thing that I wanted to point out is that the rulebook does go over the job cards, and the hunt jobs, which is what we have, is specifically spelled out in here. And what it basically says is we're going to go here, and here, I'll show you the card. We're going to go to Regul Junction, then we're going to shuffle this in the top two of the travel deck, and then we have to travel once or twice, right? Because this is going to be on the top two of the travel deck. So basically, we're going to start hunting. And to do the hunt, you just travel. That's all you have to do is just travel on either of those terrains. And then when this card comes up, the hunt will trigger. It's as simple as that. Without the rulebook, though, explaining it, I would not have understood it. Just wanted to make sure you knew. Page 14 of the rulebook definitely explains it. It even explained the task job, which is what we did last time. And then there's also a cart job, which we'll read that later when we actually get to that type of job. So that's it. Let's go ahead and get going here. And I didn't mean to be negative about the game. I did point out the two things that are troubling me about it. Technically three. I'm not a fan of the level up system. Although I at least applaud it for being different, and it's better than some of the games. I don't know. It's just when you have all these skills and abilities, I want more. I want to be able to level up more than just one. And I'm talking about the attributes. I'm not the actual skills. You get one each time. That part's cool, and the Diablo style unlocking of the next skill also cool. All right, so let's get back. Less complaining, more going. All right, we went back to Fellsworn Village. If I remember correctly, we did rest. Because I'm looking at all of our stats and everybody has their full stamina. So that means I need to shuffle the travel deck. That's all I'm getting at here. So I'm doing that off. I should have been doing that the whole time I was whining and complaining. All right, so we're gonna do that. Oh, I know why. Like I was talking about the thematic part. Like we've done things like we've unlocked like the kind. You know, I'm nearer the kind instead of nearer the fidgety or whatever it used to be. Thematically, it's neat, but I'm not, it's not capturing my interest as much. But like I said, there's so many things absolutely to like though. And here we go. So first thing we're going to do is travel the road. And the road is along the top here, so we're good. Oh, hold on. You see the silhouette of some large winged creatures. So it says discard and then draw again. So I gotta draw another one. There you go. The road is good. I gotta pay attention and actually read. Alright, and then we're gonna cut across the plains here. This time we do get the difficult to find your way. And yeah, I will save my tokens. Well, hold on, let me think about this. This is grass. There's no need to save the token. We're gonna flip over this one. That flips over. So I can't explore new areas, but that's fine because here at Ragu Junction it says to take the Travel 90 card. So I'm doing that off camera real quick here. So that's this card here we're tracking, and it says to put it in with the top two of the travel deck. So we have the top two of the travel deck. I'm going to put this in the middle, and now we got to get busy. It's so hard to shuffle just three cards. I'm just scattering them with my hands on the table here, because that's a lot harder to track, especially when I'm looking away. You know, trying to not pay attention to where it goes. And here we go. We got the three cards, and once again, and you could argue one of them's upside down. I didn't pay attention to which one was upside down, so that's not a concern on my part. And they were flipping around when I was moving them on the table. Okay, so it tells me to either stay on the road or to follow the flower. So I'm going to stay on the road, and I'm going to move back towards town, because if what I'm thinking is going to happen is we're going to have a big battle. And so I want to track and hunt the thing here, so that way as soon as we're done it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to get back to rest. Although this is where you level up, and right now we have 2 experience points and we're level 2, so to get to level 3 I need 7 experience points. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get 5 doing this or not. And then it's got, actually, I don't know why that's purple. The 3rd level there. 3rd level, 5th level, and 8th level is purple with a box around it. That's an interesting, let me see if that's true for all of them. It is. I bet something happens at each of those levels. Yep, I bet it is. Yeah, if you look at the exile camp here, when you gain level 3, then a new event card gets drawn. So that might, like, maybe the exile camp gets upgraded, or, you know, it changes to a new one. So, yeah, the exile camp would actually let me rest for free. So I made it so I can't explore new areas, and that's probably a smart move. So what I'm going to do then is I will move up. So we're going to do a road travel with the first card, and boom, it was the top card. So it's happening right now, and according to the rules it's happening as part of the movement. So I mean, technically by the time I'm done with everything I'll be up here. So let me first get this out of the way to make room, because we're not going to be using that map for a while. Back the camera a little bit. I think that is, I don't remember what that symbol is, because discard I thought was different. That's index the card. Oh my gosh. Index the card means you put it back in the box. So I'd have to go back to Ragu Junction again to get it back out of the box. So let's not do that. So I need to spend a stamina, and I'm going to do either an endurance or a wisdom. So everybody's at full stamina. The priest, who has wisdom 3, has 2. The rogue does not have, has wisdom 1. Endurance 2 on the, so the priest and the mage both have wisdom 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the mage try it, and so I will spend 1 point with the mage, and we have a wisdom 3, so we're trying to get 12. And of course I roll a 3, which stinks. Now he has wisdom 3, so that 3 becomes a 6. I can even get it to a 9. And it says I may spend this to try again, which I will do, but this time I'm going to switch to the priest because I just want to spend stamina evenly. There we go. We got a 10, and then the wisdom is a 3, which makes it a 13, and that's all I needed. I was going to spend an RP cube, a role-playing cube, which could have made it 16, but that wasn't necessary here. There was a, Ingot the Dwarf has this thing that would let people spend, or it lets them add to their die roll. And my apologies, I'm trying to move the cord out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to just pay attention to like our skills here. We have this ricochet skill, which requires a foe to be diagonal. Alright, so that's what it takes to unlock that. This one takes 5 coins, which I could have done, but I have no intention of using Bandolier, so I'm just going to save the money. This one, I have to go to the City of Eastgate, which I don't think we've found yet. So that's why we haven't unlocked that one. And then these two up here, this one you need to heal at least 3 and move at least 4 squares from where you started, all in one turn. That's a bit much. And then of course the top one there is, as a normal action, I have to pay 4 combo points, which I never had a chance to do. So there's 2 of them there that can be upgraded for the dwarf. Alright, so we succeeded. And so we are going to index the card. So that means that this goes back right where it came from. And then it means that this is going to happen. So you have to travel to Fellsworn Village to claim the reward. Do not loot after combat. Ignore the rewards on the foe cards. Gain the rewards below instead. So we're going to get a whopping 1 experience point for this. So that's fine. Every experience point matters. Okay, so, and then we might get more because we're handing in the job, but actually this is the job, so I don't think there is much more to have there. But anyways, this will go back. And I apologize for my arm being in the way here. Just trying to find... It's my biggest gripe with these games is I get exhausted with managing these index cards. Here we go. Alright, so Big 90 is what we got to get out. Sounds like the name of a trucker. And Big 90. We're going very deep in the map here. Uh-oh. There are 7 unique Big 90 maps. Each one corresponds to a terrain type. When asked to draw a Big 90, draw the one that matches your current terrain type you're traveling on. Oh, okay. So that is not the right Big 90. Let me go back. I gotta pull these out a bit to see what the terrain types are. Here's one, it's called the road. Big 90, the road. Alright, because we're on the road, so we're going to do this one. And it says, the road stretches on, swathed on either side by springy grass. Springy. I have not used the word springy in a long time. Alright. So we flip this over. And one of the viewers mentioned how everything is warped. It is a very thin cardstock. And yes, it is, like, it's not laying flat on my table. And this is a brand new card. I just pulled out of the. I just pulled it out of here, which is, you know. Okay. So I got a K, a Y, an X, L, M, and Z. So I'm assuming, here we go. Place party on X. So we are all here. And I might move them around. I'm just placing them there for now. Place a faux 4 on Y and Z. It says leave 2 out. I think I know what that means, but let me come back. So, all right. So yeah, there's 4 faux 4s, and so we're only going to do 2 of them, and then we're going to leave 2 out. And then it says we're also going to do a faux 5, which looks like another rat boss. Alright, so that's just getting them out. So it says faux 4 on Y, which is this one. And I guess we got to put it on one of these. And then Z, which is up here. And then the boss is on L, which would be here behind the bushes. And take note that there's some black dotted lines there, which do impede certain types of attacks. And if you're ever wondering, it's on the player reference, the obscure. You can't shoot a bow through it, but you can do magic and melee through those black dotted lines. Okay, and then I got to get out the faux cards again. I know we just recently had them out, but I put them away. Alright, so here's faux 2. Or faux 4 number 2. I got a 5, a 4, a 3, and I lost my spot. Dang it. There's faux 5. I got to get both of these cards. Here we go. I got them both in one shebang. I don't understand what I just did wrong there. So maybe I need, so it looks like I need number 1 and number 2. Number 3, I don't need. I'm going to bring this closer so I can look at these better. It's just that there's 5 of them. And here it is. The 5th card is the information I was looking for there. I was looking for that one. So we needed the 5th card to get this, which I'm going to place here over top of our quest. And then for the boss, we got a similar deal, which I'll place right above it, like so. So there's our 2 command cards. And then the actual foes themselves, we're going to put along the top here, and I want to use this for being able to roll dice. So once again, just a reminder, we got that situation. And I'm very strictly looking for the number 1 and the number 2. So that's and it does make a difference, because like this one has 3 with a crit down here, and then the other one, you can see the crit moved, even though it has the same 3 spots that can get hit. And technically speaking, this flips over to combat, although it's not that important. I'm just going to put it off camera a little bit here and just stick it inside of that tray. I'm trying to do a lot in a small space here. Okay, so now that I know the situation, I can rearrange like how they start. I'm okay with it the way it is. I mean, I just know that the bow person can't shoot this, and that's okay. I got plenty of other people able to do other stuff. What else do I need to do? I am thinking. Alright, so we got to fight. So it starts off with, obviously, I have to choose who's going to go first. And in this case, I don't like. There was no opening a door or anything, so I'm assuming I can just pick anybody I want to go first. And we learned that the rogue going first is not a good idea unless I can somehow generate combo points. But the rogue, it's actually the hunter, the bow guy. He can pay a cube to generate 2 combo points. And that's right here. And if I take the cube off, you can see that he just has to do an overnight rest, and then the cube will refresh. I have a feeling we're going to overnight rest after this battle, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with the hunter. Also a smart move to use your range guy first before the rats close in on you. And it's bad enough already because the rats do go first with this. So I am going to move this up. And we're going to take the cards here and start shuffling them. Alright, so here's my plan. We're going to, obviously, whatever the rats do, they're going to do. And then the hunter guy is going to try to move into position. By doing the move, he'll add a combo point. We're probably going to spend this cube to add 2 more combo points. Because the key thing here is I want to get enough combo points to unlock some of the priest skills. Hopefully the priest doesn't have to spend the whole game healing. Although that is how he unlocks one of his skills. Alright, so I am shuffled, and I'm going to put this down here. And then while you're seeing it on camera, we're going to flip it over, and you can see they're going to get 3 threat and nothing more, which is great. Okay, so let's do our bow skill thing. Well, first of all, for the basic movement, for the basic action, or minor action, we're going to do a move. So I'm going to put the cube on the feet like usual. And per the thing, a basic move generates 1 combo point and 3 movement points. So we're going to get 1 combo. He could move in a way that would shoot at this, but I think what I'm going to do instead is, rather than having them all together, because they have this like this chomp that can attack more than 1 creature or creatures in a row, and then even the frenzy, you see there, they can get all 4 creatures. So I don't want to be near other things. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 like this. Okay, and then that puts them 1, 2, 3, 4 away. And his bow has a range of 3 to 4. And I will grab that real quick for you. This is his bow. The range is 3 to 4. And that's what we're going to attack with. And he could use the quiver, which just changes the attack pattern. The attack pattern right now is top to bottom. And I forgot to, let's see, attack foe 4 was on Y and Z, so this one would be the first one. The first one is yellow. So let me put the yellow in this one. Alright, so the yellow one, you can see there the yellow, has this pattern, whereas the other one actually has a pattern that would be killed by the bow. So actually I just realized I want to move the other way. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. Now I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to attack the brown rat instead. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so do I need to put a mark? The answer is no. I would put a mark. It says on a foe you can see. Since this is obscure, I'm going to assume I can't see him. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to roll a die to attack that one. And this is a skill that uses endurance. And I just need at least a 2 to hit once. But I need a 12 to basically kill this in 1 attack. So we're going to go ahead and do an attack with the bow. I got a 9. And his endurance is a 2, which puts him to 11. And we're going to go ahead and he's going to spend his RP point to make... Well, actually, we could probably use the cleric ability. Does it cost money to refresh that? Nope, it's just a nighttime aid. Okay, so the cleric is going to use an ability, and I'm going to grab it real quick so you can see it. It's just a focus thing. So he's going to do a wisdom check, and as long as he gets 2 to 15, he's going to add +1 to somebody else's. But look, it's only a range 1, so the cleric has to be next to him. We can't do that. Alright, so we're going to use the RP point to add 3 more. So that way he hits the rat twice. The rat is going to be hit in a top-down pattern. So he's going to get hit here and then here. But that is going to trigger the crit, which also hits there, and that kills it. And that means this does not occur if it's dead in the one hit. So all of that happens all at once, and so this rat is murder, death, killed already. And like it said, we do not collect the rewards for this particular rat. So forgive me, I'm actually putting the card away. That's why I'm doing all this while I'm talking to you, and I can't chew gum and walk bubble at the same time, right? That's how the saying goes. Alright, so this guy is dead, and I'm going to go ahead and put him back into the figurine box. The advent calendar thing is very cool. I do appreciate that and like that in a game. The Oathsworn model is pretty good too. Okay, so 1 down, 2 to go. This one's going to be a much tougher one, but still very good move. I still have one more action left. Now, this is interesting because now you could argue I can see him now. So if I put a mark on him, that's free. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put a mark on the giant rat. So I'm just going to put this up here to show that he has a mark. And then if you count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6 away. So I didn't quite, plan my move properly. We do have the staggering shot, which can add 1 to the range. Well, here, let me show you. Staggering shot. Make a basic bow attack with plus or minus 1 range. If it hits, shift the bow 1 square or 2 squares if marked. Yeah, I can't do any shifting or anything. He's too far away. So I can do a move, though, which would add another combo point. And I am going to use that skill. So I'm going to pay this cube, which adds 2 more combo points up here. So we're up to 3. And I'm going to move again, which will add a 4th. Now, where am I going to move? I don't know. I'm assuming that this rat's going to run straight through the bushes to attack here, or this rat's going to do that. So if I move here, I'm lining up for a massive attack. You got to pay attention to what he can do, right? So I don't like that one. So I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to move to here, which gets me a little bit out of range so he doesn't get attacked by the rat. It does put him at risk that he's going to be in melee, but I honestly don't know if he's going to get to take another turn this game. So by doing that move, it adds another 1. So it's up to 5 combo points, which is great. So let's see, we added 2, 3, nope, we should be at 4. I'm sorry, we're at 4. I already added that one. Okay, so his turn's over, and now we go in, like I said, the turn order is we now go to the rogue, and unfortunately the cleric is last. Because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I got 4 combo points, let's go. But we got to do the rogue next. So the rogue wants to go sneak, so he can lay his traps, or she can lay her traps, and then we can go from there. And so let's do this one at a time. The sneak skill does require 1 of those combo points. She will become hidden and get 3 movement points, or can pay to get 5 instead. And really where you move to is going to matter, because laying the traps is what's going to matter. So let's start with this. We're going to do that, spend the 1. The hidden just means this is where they think she is, but she's hiding from rats. I think that's a really hard thing to do, to be honest, but and then I'm going to look at the trap here. Obviously the trap has a attack pattern if it hits. The trap obviously has to be laid next to where they are, and then it does trigger automatically as long as they get within 1 space of it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually move to here, like so. And then, so that sneak was a minor action. And then for a regular action, we're going to lay traps. So I'm going to put one here for this rat. And then we're going to put one there in case this guy charges up the middle. Which he's very likely to do. Okay, so that's another action. And unfortunately, oh, well, actually, I could throw. I have a throwing dagger. This might be where that's gonna. It's called a practice kunai. And I just said I don't want the bandolier action, which is what this is. This is a throwing action, right? Um, so I can throw with the practice kunai, and it actually works just like the bow. It's a top-down attack action. It uses dexterity. I only have one charge of it, and it will recharge at the end of the battle. It doesn't even require an overnight. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and let me show you the skill. This is what I'm using. See, there's no sleep, no moon, so this will recharge as soon as battle's over. That's the difference. It's a range attack, and I get to precisely choose where, but then the second hit will go down. It's a range 3 attack. Oh, I'm not in range 3 of anything. Never mind, I can't do that. So, what shall I do instead? Oh, we just killed the highest initiative foe again, so I can't pickpocket. This pickpocket skill's not working out. I guess I have no choice but to move again, so I'll do that. We'll move again, which does increase this by 1. And I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know, I'm going to go hide in the bushes here. We're going to go 1, 2, because the rat won't detect him unless the rat actually steps on his spot. Now we'll just go 1, like that. I know it seems silly, but it's all I can do. Oh, before he went, we were supposed to draw another card. My apologies. There might be some changes here. The boss does trigger, and he was here, and there was no traps when that boss triggered. So that might change things. Give me a second. So the boss has 3 points to spend, and he's going to do the chomp +1. Chomp is this thing, which I'm going to move these traps out of the way for now. And yeah, the boss is going to go 1, 2, 3, and then chomp both of these. You can see the chomp there, and it's going to be for 3 damage. Ooh, that is not good. So he rolls a black die, or gray. Yeah, that was a big mistake on my part. I was so excited to take my turn. Here we go. So he's chomping right there, and it's at both. So this one absorbs 2. So we're gonna put 1 wear marker on. That absorbed 2, and then 1 hit went through, so he took 1 health loss. And then I'm looking at the cleric now, and that one only absorbs 1 because he has the basic armor. It does have 2 wear on it though, but the defense is only 1, so that means 2 points got through to hurt him. Alright, so because that was a 3 damage chomp. Okay, so now I go hidden, right? I get to move 3 spaces, and I would easily do 1, 2 like this, and then lay a trap there. I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3, and lay a trap here. And ooh, I can't. I gotta lay them for where I stop. And I'm gonna take one of these away because I may not do a second move. So it's hard to lay a trap for a rat that has no intention of moving. Um, because we're surrounding the rat and doing melee against it. That rat's not going to move. It's only this one that I got to worry about. And I can't lay these diagonally either. So I guess I'll lay the other one here, and out of some miracle that this thing runs backwards. I don't know. I mean, there might be a way I can move to get behind him to do exactly that. I have no idea. But that's what I'll do. Okay, now so we did our sneak, we laid our traps, and maybe the traps weren't necessary as much, but I still think we can maybe trap this one. And I am going to sucker punch this guy. We do have backstab. And so as long as I'm hidden, I add plus 20 to my roll. And there just needs to be nobody on either side. I don't know how that works with large creatures, though. Because a large creature takes up one of the X spots. I am just looking it up real quick. I think we maybe went through this before. If there's a foe in a red square, but we're separated by walls or impassable borders, can I still backstab? It says yes, but that's not really the question. Can I backstab a large foe? There we go. As long as there are no other foes in the shown squares marked in red, the red squares only consider other foes, and you're targeting a single target. Yep. So here's the thing, though. If I backstab him, I do reveal myself, so that rat will attack me again instead of thinking that I'm here, which is what this one's going to try to do. And just a reminder, he was going after the person with the most health, which was the cleric who had 7 health. Yes. And just position himself so he can hit the most enemies possible. Okay, I'm just trying to decide, if I don't backstab, what else do I do? I mean, I do have like a dag. No matter what I do, I'm revealing myself. Yeah, let's backstab. So I'm going to roll. As long as I get a 5 or a better. That is a... Well, it was sort of like on its own, but it's a 15. And then I add 20 to the roll. So I'm at 25, and it's just a straight down 1, 2, 3 attack. And it does pierce armor if he has any. And so I'm looking at his situation here. And if I'm going straight from top to bottom, 1, 2, 3, I do see a crit opportunity here, and I don't anywhere else. So I'm going to go right down the middle. And so if I'm going to lay this here, I'm going to hit him in the middle, and then this one, which crits to that one, and then again this one. He hit all 3 right down the middle like that. And that is what the pickpocket does, but it does remove the hidden marker. He's not hidden anymore. Or she. Okay, next one. I am not going to make the mistake. We're going to draw the card. This is now the mage's turn. Oh my gosh, all foes are activating. And by the way, that last one consumed all 3 of the threat. So we're on 0 threat with both. Now they activate in numerical order, so the 0 goes first, then the 1. So a 0, excuse me, I'm just need to swallow there. The 0 is attacking whoever has the most health, which is the cleric. Now he will also try to hit as many as he can. This time it's only a 2 damage. Now if you look at where I'm positioned near the back end, and there's no X there. He needs me to be standing here on where the trap is. So this is a situation that in order for that rat to hit the cleric and somebody else, the rat will move forward like so. So that way he could hit both of these. Um, that's not going to work. No. He would have to move all the way up to here to hit both of them. But his priority is the highest health target, which is the cleric with 5. I'm looking at everybody else. Actually, the bow guy has 5. So they're both tied at 5 now because the cleric took 2 health hit. So so these are both equal targets. However, by going after this one, he gets to hit 2 targets. So he will do that, and so he's going to move forward, triggering this trap. That trap is going to be useless. So he triggers that trap, and that is a charisma check for 2 to 12, and the charisma is a +2, and we only rolled a 2, so 2 plus 2, that means it's going to do 1 hit, and it comes in from the bottom. So coming in from the bottom, if I look at my situation here, I don't want to trigger any of the other stuff yet, so I'm going to go ahead and put it here, like so. Okay, and then he's going to finish his movement, 2 and then 3, and then he's going to chomp both of these. So we're going to roll for the chomp, and that is going to be right in the chest. Now the cleric still has 1 more wear that he can take, but he only absorbs 1. And, oh, that's not a cleric, never mind. The mage has an armor of 2 and a wear of 2, so the armor actually absorbs the entire hit. And then, I'm sorry for the wobbliness, I'm trying to reach for the other token here. And then the hunter has a armor of 2 as well. And I'll zoom in so you can see. So that means you could take 2 wear tokens on it, and you can only put 1 wear token at a time. And then each time you put a wear token on, it absorbs 2 hits. That's how you read that. Like, this aspect of the combat is really slick. I have no gripes with how this works. It sort of sucks that they're going first all the time, but even that I have no gripes with. It's just, you do have to take your hits here. And we do. We just did. Okay, so he's done, and now the rabid rat goes, and he also has a 0. He's going after who has the most health. Nobody took any actual damage, so the most health is either the cleric or him again, and he only has 2 movement points though. So he could go 1, 2 towards the hunter, and I think that's what he'll do. That also puts him in some obscure, I think from a thematic point of view, that's probably the better thing for him to do. Instead of like putting him out in the wide open because we're going after the cleric. We do have the ability to do that. I think making it more obscure is the better route. Okay, so it is the mage's turn. We're right next to them. And actually, if you think about it, this is going to work out because we're going to use Lightning Bolt, which goes straight up this way and is going to hit both of them. And yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. So he's going to move 1 space. Actually, he's going to move 1 space back because the Lightning Bolt will go. See, Lightning Bolt goes straight up, and it goes 1, 2, 3 spaces, and technically it keeps going. So this is the direction. So I'm coming in from the rat's right side. So we're coming in that way, and we're going to potentially do 2 hits. Actually, it does 2 hits. There's no roll on this one. It's just a 2 mana thing. And then the mage has this skill, which we're going to spend the cube on, that reduces the cost by 2 mana, and it replenishes every night. So we're going to do that. So the mana is free. We are going to do a minor action move first, which adds another skill point to the skill thing. Not going to spend any mana. And we're going to do a lightning strike. And the lightning strike, I don't think there's any actual roll. It just literally, because you spent the mana, it just does the damage. And you can see that right here. And it is, the range is unlimited. Only wall borders will stop this attack. And it does not damage allies, so you don't have to ever worry about allies being in the way, which is cool. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to do a zap zap from the right side. So if you look at the rat diagram here, we're going to come in from the right side here and hit this one and that one. And that's going to cause one threat to come on. And then the other rat, this one, is murder, death, killed. Because look at this. We're going to come in and hit this one, and then this one, and then it's going to crit that one. So we just killed the other rat. I'm going to bring the index cards closer to me. That's a lot easier to manage. Okay, so boom, we actually killed that one. I wasn't expecting that, but I will take it. That's a good victory. And yeah, I'm putting him away just because I fully anticipate that that's exactly what's going to happen. And getting the marker off is proving to be challenging here. I was trying to get this off. Okay. Done and done. And I still have another action, so I could like lightning bolt him again, or but I'm going to go ahead and use this wand tine thing. The wand has a range of 2 to 3. It hits a precise spot, whatever I choose, and then to the right. But you can see there's 2 different spots to hit, so I'm not going to be able to hit both. I am only going to hit one spot. It is a precise spot, so I get to pick anywhere I want on the rat, and I'm going to choose not to hit that one just because I don't want him to get more points. So he's just 1 away from dying. Alright, now we get to the cleric's turn. And the rat gets 1, which was a death sentence for him. So now I want the cleric to unlock this. We got the 4 combo points. We're going to try to form up as a normal action, pay 4, and I don't even know what this does. Let me look real quick. So it's going to say an exile gets 3, an exile same or different gets 3, and then gain 1. Oh yeah, that's excellent. So I'm paying 4, so I paid everything. I like this skill. This is a good one. So basically this gives, for 1 stamina, it's a minor action. I can pay a stamina, and 2 of us get 3 movement points. And then we gain 1. So I don't have to pay the stamina, by the way, when you do the mastery. The payment was already made on the other side. You get to do this for free. Okay, before I forget, we do gain 1 here. 2 of us get to move 3, so I'm going to go ahead and move him up, and then this one to there. There you go. Boom and boom. And then we're going to murder, death, kill. So that was a minor action. I got 2 majors. We're going to attack with his staff, which uses his strength. And that's a 14. His strength is a 2, which makes it 16. And I'm just reaching to grab his staff for you. The staff attacks anybody adjacent to him. And you can see it's a downward pattern. And it has 3 hits. The first one goes to the left. Then the next one goes down. It creates like a T hit. We're at 14. So he actually hits going down and then over 1. But the rat only has 1 hit spot left. He would hit here and then miss over here, but that's fine. We killed the rat. And I got to unlock a skill, which is pretty darn cool. And yes, we will be able to rest and all that stuff as well. Oops, I grabbed the wrong index cards. Okay, it told us to ignore the rewards. We don't do the rewards on the rats themselves, and we're done. So all the tokens go back. Only the ones that refresh at the end of combat actually refresh, which I'm looking real quick. I think that is the... It's not the mana recharge. It's the... I know it was somewhere. So I'm putting all these back. That one needs a night rest. The mana recharge, which is underneath the cards there, needs a night rest. Which one? There was one that did not need a night rest. I don't know why I'm losing my mind here. So get all those recharged. I know that the traps for sure don't need a night rest, so we got that recharged. Oh, was it this one? No. The mark. The mark doesn't need one, so we'll replenish the mark. Okay. I think we're done. So we now go back to the main map again. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Put him away. Take these off. Oh, we got 2 more cards to put away. Yeah, and this is where, if you had a gaming group, somebody could be in charge of this, and you're busy, somebody else is getting the main map going. It's just, I can't stress enough how exhausting it is to do all this yourself when you're playing solo. And I know some viewers have even expressed they prefer these physical copies of the games, which I do own. If you ever see me play something on Tabletop Simulator, I usually have the physical copy, like 99% of the time. If there's ever a situation where I don't, it's because it's part of a Kickstarter or something where I'm trying it out. But I always try to support the designers. If I like a game or I want to play a game, I don't mind paying for it. These games are getting a little expensive. A lot of these games, like this one in particular, is over $200 or whatever. It's pricey, and I know like an average game is somewhere around $50 to $60, and like Civolution was somewhere around maybe the 70s. But the point is, it's not how much money they cost. It's more of a, I look at it as, hey, if I go to a movie theater just by myself and buy a popcorn, or like some of you say, soda and popcorn, I might spend $30 just for one person. And so I look at it as, okay, that's for a 2-hour movie. So if I get 4 hours worth of games enjoyment, then I'm at, now I'm at 4 hours of board game. So, that's how I do the math. So if I'm paying over $100 for a game, I need to get more than 4 hours out of it, and so that's the way I look at things. So I don't mind supporting these guys. And sometimes, like I didn't like Enemy Action Kharkov. I didn't like... I really wanted to like Dungeon Crusade. I didn't like Dungeon Universalis. But I still got my hours in. So I'm not like... And I was able to sell those games, so I got... I don't even get 50% back, because when you sell, you always take a loss. But anyways, just talking gaming here, I still prefer to support these guys, even if I don't like the game, because somebody else does like them. That's always the case. Alright, this is gone. I played a game, by the way, at a buddy's house that I absolutely hated, and he wants to play it again. And I'm like being Minnesota nice. I'm not from Minnesota, so that's not like a usual thing for me. But I'm actually being Minnesota nice, and I won't tell him I hated the game. I guess I'm trying to be like the locals. It's called Arcs. It's made by the same guy who does Pax Premier, and I absolutely hate that game. I don't like a game where you can play it and the whole time you could score nothing because the luck didn't go your way or the turn order didn't go your way. It's miserable. Um, I love games that have different scoring each round, different objectives, but I want everybody to be able to have an opportunity to score equally. Like if it's whoever has the most of these widgets, then yeah, okay, I had 12, you had 9, so I get 10 points and you get 5. That's fair to me. But that ARX game, you get to decide, hey, we're going to score on this widget. You decide. And you might be the only one in the game who actually has those widgets. So nobody else scores anything. Just you. And then you're going first again. And I had this leader card. I wasn't allowed to decide what we're going to score on, which meant that I needed to be smart enough to have a little bit of everything, like this widget or that widget, right? I needed to have a little bit of everything, and I was not smart enough to do that because it was my very first time playing that game. And let me just say, it was a miserable experience. I was praying for somebody to end the game, and it's bad whenever you're in that mode. And I gotta go play it again because I love this buddy, and we will play it again because I make him play the stuff I like to, and I'm sure he doesn't like every game I have. So it's all part of the give and go. I mean, if for those of you who have spouses, you get it. You take one for the team, but yeah, and I'll play it better the next time I play it. I just don't like the mechanics at all of that game, and it's got a lot of hotness going on. Like a lot of people like it, and I didn't like Pax Pamir either. So I think I just don't like that style game in general. Sorry, I'm reviewing another game while I'm doing this one. Totally a Jeff thing to do. So let's get back to this one. Alright, we won. We got to go back to Felsworn to hand in the quest. I do need to rest, but the rest is going to be a little longer, so we're going to do a road action. And the road is we enjoy our travels. So we're here, we're going to do another road action. And we have a broken cart for the water. A large cart is here, slowly inching along. We can draw NPC 41, which I already have out. Or I can discard and draw again. NPC 41 is the merchant. And he basically has nothing. He wants you to go take out the bandits. There's nothing to sell. Because he's the A version. If we get the B version. So we're going to... I'm going to draw the NPC because by drawing the NPC, I don't have to draw again. I don't think drawing again is a desirable outcome. Because right now, nothing happens to me. So we're going to safely just keep traveling and get to Felsworn Village. And yes, we're going to hand in this job. And so we defeated all foes. We traveled, and it is banished. The job is gone forever. And here we go. We're going to get 3 money, right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 3 and give it to... And I'm doing this out of laziness, but remember, these are evenly distributed amongst my party in case somebody picks a pocket. I just don't want to reach across the table. But I have this skill that says likable. When you complete a job, check charisma and earn extra money based on the result. So I got to get a 20 or better to get more than 1. But as long as I don't roll a 1, I'm going to get at least $1 from this. So let's go for it. I got a 16. And his charisma is 2, which puts it to 18. And I'm going to spend the RP token to make it go to 20. So I actually get $2 out of the deal. I'm definitely going to do it. So we got over 20, which gives us $2. Alright. But we're not done. Now we all gain 1 experience point. So that's going to translate, and I'm going to do this for everybody. So we have 2 now. I'm just going to take 1 away and turn that to a 3. And I just got to do that with everybody. that's done. Alright, next, we're not done. Now we roll, and on a 2 to a 9, we get another money. A 10 to 19 is 2 more. Or we can get another item. So, let's roll this one. I rolled a 17, which... Now, this one is not a... You can't buff it with skills. It's just a natural roll. But we do get 2 more bucks, and I am cool with that. We got some decent money. So, adding up what we have here, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 bucks. And I'm going to go ahead and take 5 of those away. And grab one of these juicier looking ones. Okay, so this job is done. So I need to bury the card forever. And then we're going to go and grab another job. So if I look into the job pile, there's only 2 jobs available for us. The Force of Nature one, which is an expansion. You can see here you get 2 experience points for this one. You have to travel to the Singing Fields, which we haven't found yet. So I think it's going to be here because there's that heavy grassland all around. And then you can see the tracking. It's another hunt. And it's a big 90 just like before, but we're going to do a different foe, all that stuff. So we have that one. And we have road maintenance where we have to travel to Exile's Road. Which we don't know where Exile's Road is. There's Exile's Camp, but we don't have Exile's Road anywhere. It's near Eastgate, which we also haven't found. So, so basically, we go there. We can spend 2 energy. And every time we successfully do a Strength 12 check, which is only one of us has a Strength, we put 2 money on the card for each success, and we can do 4 maximum. So we can succeed twice. And then we go back and we just get all the money on the card. It's definitely simple, but I don't know where to go. I have an idea that I'm guessing that this is another location, right? We had this buried here. Looks like this one's going to be buried there. And then these look ominous to me. I don't know why. That looks like that's another city. Then yeah, I actually do think the Singing Fields is this one, because we were told to stay away from that. It says, a wild mage has been spotted in the grassland, sending tornadoes at passerby. Oh. Because we're going to get 2 experience points, that looks like a much tougher... I'm going to take the road maintenance for now. Just because I don't know why, but I'm just fearful that the expansion is going to be a little more challenging. So I'll leave that one in there. We don't know where either of these locations are, although I actually think that's a surefire bet for the expansion guy. But I'm pretty sure that where I need to go is here. So yeah. So now I got to decide, where am I going to rest? I can spend $1 to rest in the town. We can fill all knapsacks. We didn't spend any knapsacks. We can spend $1 to rest. We do draw a day card. The whole party replenishes. And then we shuffle the travel deck and replenish our exhaust tokens. We have to rest no matter what. Also, a repair costs 7. We can repair 7 items for $1. Now, if I go to the exile camp, the rest is free, and then you may take each exile's market action for free once per day. So once per day, I can repair 5. So we're going to go there. That saves me some money. We just have to travel again. And remember, these are not refreshed yet. But we're going to do a road travel. And here you can see it's the leaf. And I will go ahead and just turn the leaf over. And then we're going to do a grass travel. And the grass, you hear a voice calling from nearby. Draw NPC 33. This is a new one. I was not expecting this one. Uh-oh. A crack in the ground opens. A face stares up at you from the depths, looking confused. Hello. I hate to bother you, but do you happen to have any food? I'm rather hungry and a little lost. Am I looking at the wrong side? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we're giving him the food. It takes a marker from a knapsack, which replenishes for free. Here, leftovers. Add 1 to all fully empty potion or knapsack items. So I'm just going to fully empty a knapsack. I'm going to spend 1 from the hunter, and I'll just spend another one because it replenishes a energy. So yeah, I'll just replenish the energy for the. It doesn't matter, but I chose the cleric. So that way it's fully empty. That way it recharges when we get into camp. I don't mind feeding somebody. This is not an issue. So we're going to flip this over. A hand reaches up out of the crack in the ground and takes the food. There's a loud chewing, then after a moment there's a loud belch. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you so much. I'll be on my way then. Oh, but first, take this. So we get an RP point. And I need 1 for the rogue. I would swear somebody else spent 1. But it looks like just the rogue. So I'm going to give it to the rogue. Then we gain 1 treasure from the wood. And then travel 41 is trashed. And then trash this card as well. Okay, so the NPC is gone. And so is travel 41. Done and done. Alright, but we get an item out of the wood chest. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 big items, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 small items, so it's 11. I'm just going to straight up roll. I rolled an 8. So, starting from the top, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I counted down the left side first. So we're going to grab this one. It is a scarred shoulder. It absorbs 2 damage. It's on the top right. And I'm going to keep giving this to the cleric. We're going to fill him out. Okay, so we're here. Now we're going to do a road. And this one is smooth sailing. We're back to exile camp. First thing I'm going to do is the 1, 2, 3, 4 wear markers out of the 5 possible. We're going to get repaired, and then we're going to rest. And with the rest, I'm going to recharge health, stamina, health, and then cubes. 2 on the knapsack. One here. One there. I think that covered everything. Okay. Now we have to do a daytime thing. A harmonious day. It is not our first time. The day deck is not empty, so nothing happens. And there you go. So we're done. We're ready to go. These refresh. The travel deck gets reshuffled. So my next step is, I think I'm going to go try to find the hideout or maybe Eastgate, one or the other. We're going to head up in that direction. And that's what we're going to do. Oh, how far in are we? We're at an hour and 10. Yeah, I'm going to have to wrap this up. It's a work night, so I can't do a long video. But another mission accomplished. We're up to 3 experience points. We need to get to 7. So we're not even halfway. But we knew it was going to be a bit more to get there. I think when we go to the bandit's den, we'll probably get a bit more there. And yeah, that's another mission accomplished. Another job well done. Characters are ready, refreshed. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow. No, tomorrow's game night. So it'll be another 2 days again. But I'll try to squeeze something in if I can. If anything, I just want to get some table space back so we can play something else. I hate to say that, but like, you know, sometimes when you have like a backlog of games, it's like, yeah, I want to get to the next one now. But yeah, still 50-50, but there was nothing about today that detracted. It was still fun. I do think that the combat is interesting. Maybe in some ways I wish the combat was more cooperative. It's almost like, okay, it's so and so's turn, the enemy goes, and then they go. I mean, by the time that person's turn comes back again, the whole battle's over. So like the hunter went once, and I'm not saying that like the battles just don't seem to last very long, and it could be because we're still in trainer mode. But I'm really looking forward to some more epic battles than just that. But I think that's more of a product of being early in the game. Anyways, thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.